Greetings, everybody. I am Lobo, and welcome to Luna. This is episode 205 of my Minecraft survival series, and today is all about those little things. Getting those little things taken care of. The things I should be doing off camera, but don't really find the motivation to do off camera. For instance, last episode we built our permanent Crimson and Warp farms over at the Quarantine District, but I never cleared out the junk that is, well, not really junk, just resources left over from our previous Warped and Crimson farms, or temporary ones over here at the Waterside District. And this should have been done. You know, it really should have been done, but I didn't do it. So I'm going to go ahead and do it now with you guys. But I mean, this isn't just a spring cleaning episode. You know, we're going to do more than that. We're not going to do like anything big, anything huge, anything spectacular in this episode. This is very much a organization and preparation episode. Just so you're aware, just so you don't, you know, expect more than you're actually going to get, right? Because there's some stuff that needs to be done in order for us to move on to some other projects. Why would I put that like that? All right, well, that pretty much does it for that. That was actually not too hard at all. But I'm glad to see that the Warped and Crimson section of BAD, the Botanical Analysis Division over here at the Quarantine District, is already getting a little bit of use, even if that use is just storage, you know? And this is going to really help us as far as clearing out the Waterside District, because as you may have guessed, the Waterside District is going to be, let's say, a big focus of the forthcoming episodes of this series, right? But, you know, we do need to kind of clear out all this mess over here that past Lobo left me before we can actually do what I want to do with this place. And that guy, man, past Lobo, like, he has good intentions. He really does, but he just leaves tons and tons of work for me. And one other thing I mentioned before, at some point, I mentioned we were going to get rid of our AFK fish farm over here at the Flying Wolfman because we haven't used this thing in years. And we're not going to use it again, and its resources would be better spent reallocated elsewhere, right? Because we have tons of redstone and hoppers and chests galore that could really be useful in our forthcoming storage system upgrade, right? Also, I believe I mentioned that the books and stuff, the enchanted books that we have over here, tons and tons of them, we're going to move those over to the Enchantry. Though I should probably check with Book Lady and make sure that's okay. I mean, I think it'd be a nice gesture, though. A little peace offering, because, you know, I kind of made a bad first impression.
I said nothing about placing slime all over my floor. It's a simple spell. Now, repeat after me.
Hi, watchdog. And, I don't mean to interrupt. Watchdog, what are you doing here?
He is my apprentice. What is your business here?
Your apprentice? Wasn't aware of that. Yeah, I came because I have like tons of enchanted books over in Luna, and they're just kind of gathering dust. I was hoping that maybe you...
Indeed. I will take these off your hands.
Okay, great, wonderful, spectacular. Also, you know, I couldn't help but notice the Enchantry, it seems like it's seen better days.
Thanks to you, Destroyer.
I did not mean that as an insult at all. I was just, you know, offering to send some villagers over here to help you kind of fix things up a little.
Spies.
Not spies, just villagers who want to help get the Enchantry back on its feet.
So villagers who choose to aid the Enchantry are to be cast out of your city, Destroyer? They are to be forsaken to the wilds? I will indeed take in these poor, displaced wretches. This place was a sanctuary once, so too shall it be again.
Okay, that's not at all what I was saying.
I have matters to which I must attend. You may sort the books alphabetically and according to their usefulness. And don't forget, curses belong in the Forbidden Tomes section.
Okay. Hey, watchdog. Apprentice now, huh? You know, since you're here, do you want to help me film a time-lapse for old time's sake? Wonderful. All right, so we know where all of our enchanted books are going to go. They're going to go ahead and make their way over to the Enchantry, which means we can start clearing out the Flying Wolfman of all its, you know, stuff. Get the chests out of there, get the hoppers out of there especially, get the redstone out of there, kind of strip down the interior. Now, that is going to leave it kind of an empty shell, and we can't have that, so we might also spend a little bit of time redecorating refitting the interior of the Flying Wolfman. And we do have Watchdog waiting for us over at the Enchantry. I could go ahead and call Dee Dee on over here. So at this point, why don't we just go ahead and put on a little bit of music and make it happen, Captain? Welcome back, everybody. So we have made some changes to one of our very early builds in this series, the Flying Wolfman. And I'm always really hesitant to mess with old builds, especially if I don't mind the way they look. I never minded the Flying Wolfman, but some changes needed to be made, especially with regard to the interior. The exterior, as you can see, remains mostly unchanged with one small exception. The captain's cabin has been extended slightly. And in addition to that, we moved the helm up here. You see we got a compass for navigation. Helm is right here. A little bit of a different design than what we had here before. But this offers us much better visibility when sailing, which I think is always a plus. Now, the reason why I decided to extend the captain's cabin is because our previous captain, the Dread Pirate Roberts, abandoned his post. So we now have the newly commissioned Cho and Kobo taking over as co-captains of this vessel. And it seems like they are charting a course, getting ready to set sail for future adventures on the high seas. Guys, you're going to do great. We have a couple beds set up for them, couple old treasure maps I might swap out for some new unexplored ones, and I hope this meets your satisfaction, except for this hole in the floor. Guys, I will be right back. That's my fault. That's my fault. You know, I didn't mean to give you guys a faulty ship with holes in it. So I hope you can forgive me. My humblest apologies. But, yeah, you guys should be good to go now. We've also changed things up below deck as well. Because, you know, getting rid of the AFK fish farm that used to be here and all the redstone that went with it ended up leaving us with a lot more space to actually build some stuff here. There's actually multiple ways we could get down here. This was the old way we used to get down here. That used to be the only way to get down to the hole, but now we could take the stairs if we want to, which is much more convenient access to the crew dining area. Over on this side, we have the crew sleeping area. I'm not a sailor, so I don't know the official names for these. Down here, this is the cargo hold, I know that much. Plenty of room down here for all the valuables Cho and Kobo come across on their adventures. Plenty of room to store stuff. And speaking of storing stuff, we do have some of the old, you know, drops from our AFK fish farm stored in here. Plenty of bows and fishing rods and boots and stuff like that on this side. Saddles over here on this side. And we actually just have a ton of the stuff. So this is where all that stuff's going to be located. I don't have anywhere else to put it. And, you know, I'm not one to just throw stuff out, but I do think that this is overall a great improvement to the Flying Wolfman. And I hope Cho and Kobo are happy with it. And then, of course, we moved all the books that we previously had over at the AFK Fish Farm into the Enchantry out. Okay, let's pretend that didn't just happen. So we moved all the books that we previously had from the AFK Fish Farm over here to the Enchantry. And as you can see, I just kind of threw stuff in here wherever because I believe that's what she, whose name I do not know, specified that we should do. Just put them wherever and she'll go and organize them later, right? So as you can see, we got tons and tons of books that we ended up bringing over here. We got some on this side. Some. At least I thought we had some. Did I not put... No, we did have some on this side. We did. I know I put some... Yeah, we did. We have some on this side as well. So we have a pretty good amount of books that we brought over here, but we are going to end up bringing more because we still have lots of space to fill out. These are mostly going to be books we get from our librarians and stuff like that. Speaking of, I still have a pretty good amount of books left over in my old houses that we'll need to move over, and I'm sure that you're going to be happy to hear I'm finally moving my stuff out. You listening to me? You're not listening to me, are you? Yeah, I was talking to you. You know, moving out is a gradual process, okay? At least it is for me. All right, so we got plenty of mending books and stuff like that that I am also going to go ahead and get moved over. It'd also be nice to get some of these books cleared out of Dunder Minecraft as well. And as far as the invoice goes, you guys can send it to me, I guess. Whatever you do, don't send it to the Enchantry. I know these books are going to the Enchantry, but please don't send it to her. Anything but that. And that should do it for now. I do have more books that we're going to need to bring over, but, you know, those are in unorganized chests, and I'm going to need to find those and bring those all over here, and I'll just do that as I find them. And this place is going to be the sole repository for all our enchanted books and stuff like that. Now, I also mentioned that we're going to bring some villagers over here to the Enchantry to kind of help fix things up a little bit. So in order to do that, I need to go wake up the employees over at the Welcome Center, tell them to expect an influx of incoming people. Do you guys see that over there? What's this? That looks like corruption. That shouldn't be here. Hey, I have a question, more of a concern, really, a big concern. You're not here? Hello? Is anyone home? Watchdog? Book lady? Hey, I have a really big concern that I would like to raise with you guys. Where could they be? Not here. Where could they be? Man, I hate to bug her with this. Believe me, asking her a question is the last thing I want to do, but if anybody's going to know about this, it's going to be her, right? Alright, well, if nobody's here now, maybe we'll just hang out for a while. You know, we got stuff to do here anyway, right? We got to bring some villagers over. We need to figure out a way to get the villagers up here, so maybe we'll just do that. We'll kind of make a way for the villagers to get up here, kind of kill some time while we're waiting for those guys to get back. Yeah? So we're going to be boating our villagers over here from the Luna Ferry Terminal as they come in through the Welcome Center, and I probably should have built this a little bit lower, or tunneled this a little bit lower to actually, you know, have access to the water, but this is not where the actual villager entrance to the Enchantry is going to be anyway. I just wanted to kind of get a feel for where we were. Where we're actually going to be bringing the villagers in is going to be somewhere a little bit more hidden, a little bit less conspicuous, right? So I'm thinking maybe right here under the docks would probably be a good place for that. So we'll just tunnel this tunnel over to where our first tunnel was, and now we have roughly the route that our tunnel is going to take up to the Enchantry from the under dock area, right? Yeah. And I suppose while we're here, before I forget, I should go ahead and block up this hole I punched in the side of the island because we don't want that there, right? So let's go ahead and put this right here, and I guess just this right here, and we're good. Why are there pillagers in my madhouse? Pigman friends, why are there pillagers in my madhouse? Like, I'm not one to tell you who you can and can't be friends with, but you got pillagers and zombies in here? That is the wrong crowd to be hanging out with, okay? That is the absolute wrong crowd to be hanging out with. I don't even know how he got in here. Oh, you know what? He's heading over to Wharf, isn't he? Nope, I don't think so. You will stay away from my villagers. You will absolutely stay away from my villagers. We're not having that. Oh, I never explained why we were in the Nether. That's because I needed some blaze rods. I needed some blaze rods from over here. Because as far as the type of villager we're going to be bringing over to the Enchantry, librarians would make sense because of all the books, but we already have a place for our librarians, right? Under Minecraft. We don't have a place for clerics, however, so I need to make some brewing stands. Hey, how y'all doing over here? Everybody's good? Good. I was just checking in, you know, making sure no pillagers came through here and wiped you guys out, you know? Alright, I think I've killed a significant amount of time now. Hopefully Book Lady's home now. If not, hopefully Watchdog is here and he can tell us where she is, because this is an urgent matter. Still nobody, huh? Where could they be? This is urgent.
I can feel the veil thinning. A chill draft is beginning to sweep in from another dimension. This can only mean that they've begun the ritual. The Old One's ascension is nearing.
I don't think there's anything to worry about. I mean, the Netherworm is dormant, right? Netherworm is dormant. There's no corruption seeping into this land. This is like some kind of natural occurrence I just missed before, right? Nothing to worry about. So, we do need to get some villagers moved from the ferry terminal to the Enchantry. We need to make a way to get them up into the Enchantry. We got a little bit of work that we need to take care of. So, since Watchdog is not around, why don't we go ahead and call Dee Dee on over here, put on a little bit of music, and just get to work. Welcome back, everybody. I am in a villager mosh pit here at the center of the Enchantry. I'm surrounded by what should be 16 clerics, I think. Like, I tried to bring 16 over here because that's how many brewing stands I put down. I think that's probably a good number to at least start with the Enchantry. If we need more, we can bring more over. I haven't confirmed that this is 16. If any of you guys want to count it, feel free to, but it should be 16. I mean, plus or minus, honestly, it doesn't really matter. I just wanted around 16 clerics. I deal in approximations here, so I think this should be satisfactory for this area. Now, in addition to bringing some villagers over here to the Enchantry, we also brought a few into Luna as well. Bolstered our staffing over at the Enchanted Pickaxe and also at Dunder Minecraft. And that was something I didn't intend to do in this episode, but it just kind of happened. And, I've been meaning to bring some more villagers to both those areas anyway, so, no harm, no foul, it's all good. All right, let me go ahead and clean up my mess in here. Sorry, guys. Sorry, we don't have a need for any more clerics at the moment, but your time will come. We'll find a place for you in Luna. We will, I promise. Eventually. Don't be like that. Oh, and I nearly forgot. I didn't show you the tunnel that we built that actually brings the villagers up into the Enchantry. Ow. Okay, well, that works sometimes. It didn't work this time, but it does work on occasion. I just missed the boat there a little bit. Or actually, I didn't miss the boat. I hit the boat dead on. But here is the tunnel that brings the villagers up to the Enchantry. As you can see, we just kind of go through here like this. And we have a little stop over here at the end where we can just go ahead and break the boat. I did have a little cactus thing over here I was trying to make work to break the boat, but that just wasn't happening. Anyway, as you can see, the water just kind of naturally pulls us in and then elevates us up into the actual Enchantry. But the trapdoor is closed. And... okay. I got worried there for a second. Guys, don't look at me like that, okay? This is a thing that happens, okay? It's completely normal, all right? Thank you. Completely normal. Just be thankful it didn't happen to any of you, okay? It can happen to anyone. Anyone. It could. Now, I did mention earlier that I do want to get some different maps for the Flying Wolfman, some more unexplored, uncharted maps, okay? Because, Cho and Kobo, they're off to set sail for adventure, right? They're off to discover new and exciting things. So what we might do is just see what our cartographers have to offer. So an ocean explorer map sounds good, but it depends on, what area this actually is. Yeah, that actually should work just fine. So I will take a couple more of these, please. Thank you very much. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and put these where they need to be. Captains, Cho, Kobo, I brought those new maps I promised you. Some unexplored areas that you can enjoy. I hope you find plenty of seeds. Go ahead and set this one right here for you. That way you can take a good look at it when you're sitting down. Probably want it oriented like that, right? So yeah. Pleasure as always. Well, I think that is going to do it for us today, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to hit that little thumbs up button. That would mean a whole lot to me. And if you want to see more, please remember to subscribe. But as always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I am Lobo, and I will see you guys later.
Walking in a creepy corridor, and the old ones are gonna come through the veil, because this is a really creepy corridor.